welcome to Oh Brother, a podcast of three brothers trying to figure it all out, with your hosts Brandon, Collin, and Aaron. On this week's show, South Dakota Brain.
Hello.
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 Man, just in time. Just finished this, it was like trying to update. It was no, you can't do that. And I was like, but hey, no, I need to.
Oh no.
So just made it.
Woo. Well, good. Glad to have you. Welcome.
So the just have to wait for this one to go away, I guess. Because there's two windows open and one of them says, so as you can hear, I'm currently on. Yes. This other one says sign in. And when I try to close it, it says leave meeting ? I'm like,
you can hit cancel below it.
I can. Yeah, but then it just goes back to this thing that says sign in. Because when I try to exit out, I hit cancel. No. Okay, there it goes. No, it's still there.
Really? Oh, because
No,
it shows up on mine, and then I hit cancel and says leave meeting for all, and I always hit cancel.
Oh, I'm just gonna.
There's a way to have.
Well, because it says leave meeting,
yeah.
and then cancel under that.
Yeah, you hit cancel, and what is it? It just pops
and
up.
it just stays there. It's like no, just kidding. So I was gonna leave it open until this is over, and then close everything.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll just hide it. There we go. But not to look at now.
No. Never mind the open window behind the open window.
It's fine. Let's open another window to hide it more.
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
Take that, Windows.
Chop with the left and the right.
Yeah. It's always the answer. Opening more things. That makes your computer run better.
It does. It makes it run more efficient.
Yeah, it loves you when you do that. It's very happy and never complains. Wait a minute.
It's not true. I don't think that's actually true.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh.
Maybe that's what Aaron's is doing too. It's no,
I'm worried. They just did they just moved to Zoom 5.0 or something like that, where you have to have that in order to function. So
yeah, that's probably what it did, because it's been asking me for the last couple of times if I wanted to update, and I'm like, nah, do it later. It's my general attitude towards updating things. Nah, it's fine.
This is exactly why I have to steal Megan's computer from her at least once a month, because otherwise no updates will ever happen.
It's fine. You don't need them.
Right. It's not like that's necessary.
Yeah. See? Fine. So my phone is all my apps. Basically every app on my phone is like that way now. It's like, update this? Nah. I'll actually use that one anyway.
I think it'd be a good sign
you know what?
Delete it.
You know what, phone? If you had apps that didn't need to be updated every 2.5 seconds, and just eat all my storage on my phone, because it's like, no, all of these apps need your storage because they have to be updated every 5 minutes.
Well, what else are you going to do? You just need to do it.
Growl. Don't like it.
Oh, he angry.
Yes.
Aaron?
Maybe we should text him. Maybe I will text him.
No, I think he just got in.
Oh.
I thought he could talk.
Hello. Hello.
A victorious victory. An Aaron has been found.
Sorry. Hello.
What's up?
Oh, just struggling with my voice.
Yeah. Why have you been shouting so much?
Well, apparently there's a second Dust Bowl in Oklahoma at this moment. So
that's just what we need. The actual 20s to return. The 1920s are just back in full swing. Hooray.
Yep.
Dust Bowl.
Yeah, so that's what I've been dealing with. This yesterday wasn't too bad, but today's been the worst it's been. So
It's pretty nasty. It did get very windy here this afternoon. So
that might be our fault. My bad.
no, I think that's the tropical depression's fault. I won't blame Oklahoma this time for wind.
You get off the hook
One
this time.
Off the hook
Oklahoma.
this time. So
It's your first warning.
yes,
Sorry.
tropical depression, which may, in just a wonderful display of how well this year is going, reach the Great Lakes and re-intensify over Lake Superior. Yay!
Hey,
Just like a hurricane in Canada. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Watch out! Watch out!
Yeah. Well, I mean, you
Watch
guys
out,
saw the
Toronto.
You guys saw the. I'm seeing this clip that came out from March. What was the big news in March? Anyone remember?
I can't think that far back. March.
Was
What
it-
happened
was
in
it
March? What sort
killer
horseman-
wasps? Is that what it was?
which horseman was about in March? Let's see.
I mean, I have found what explains all of 2020 so far. King Tut's outermost sarcophagus was removed from his tomb for the first time in almost 100 years to be restored.
Ah, there we go.
I know. It's like, why are we just not finding
yeah,
out about this
yeah,
right
no.
now?
So the real answer is Curse of the Pharaoh, apparently.
I know it is. And then it was. And then I saw another one where it's like, because of a drought, what was it? A flooded town will resurface for the first time in 100 years in Italy.
Yeah.
And someone was like, not now, ghost submerged town, not now.
Yeah. Yeah. What the heck, man? I don't.
Seems about right.
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whilst trying to survive all the extra horsemen that have come, what have you been up to this week?
Man, this week has been. I'm actually. I brought down my notebook because I was like, what have I done since we last?
Oh wow! So many things.
No,
because it's 2020. It's literally been a year since we last talked. It's been.
Oh my gosh, it's been a lot. It's been, I think so. I mean, one of the things that we did, I went to the daddy-daughter dance with Lillian over the weekend, and that was a lot of fun. It had been canceled. They had postponed it for like 2 months, and so it was in June. And because all of the social distancing stuff, they had dinner. They provide dinner inside the convention hall, and then all of the other activities were outside. Now, what was happening over the weekend?
It was a bit hot.
A bit toasty.
It's a bit hot
on the toasty side. Matter of fact, it was like a heat index of 102, and we
wow.
And dancing was outside.
Oh man,
dancing. So that was fun. Lily did not want to dance. What she instead wanted to do was to skip through the rose garden.
I mean, obviously,
that's one dude.
Who doesn't love skipping through thorns?
Skipped through the rose. There's a path. There's one of those. And so we skipped a lot, which is fine.
And because Collin doesn't wear shoes, he skipped right on the thorns.
No, I was wearing nice shoes.
Your dress sandals.
My dress sandals.
Okay.
Lillian had on a dress and a tiara that Dee Dee had bought her.
Naturally.
And some very sparkly shoes that Dee Dee had also bought her. And
the mental image of Dad buying sparkly shoes is maybe one of the more humorous things that I've thought about this.
I know. But you know what? his granddaughter said,
Oh,
Dee, I
God.
want shiny shoes. And
It's
he
a-
said, absolutely.
Have a
Father.
good. Can you imagine? Oh gosh, that's a funny image right there. I like that very much.
Yep. And so I went and I realized that since it was a dance, I needed a boutonniere and a corsage for her. So I called the local florist here, State.
Oh wow,
Flower.
it's like I didn't realize it was a formal dance. Like a
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
okay, let's be real. Many people there were
need was the word that got messed up here, I think. Okay.
Yes, wanted.
Yeah, there we go.
So I went anyway. I ordered it, and I took Noah with me so he could help me get it, and we picked out a stuffed toy for him and Lillian. Picked up the flowers, brought it home, and they had a little rack of little stuffed animals, and he walked over and he picked out again the sparkliest, shiniest dinosaur that was named Stompy, and wanted
Perfect.
it for him and Lillian. So we've got
Coming to Land Before Time 15.
Exactly.
Stompy the sparkly dinosaur.
Fabulous. And so and then I started talking with the florist there. They are mom and pop floral shop, been in the family for a long time. The shop is on the first floor, and they live on the 2 stories above it.
Oh, yo,
And,
okay.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. There are several downtown shops that people still do that.
Yeah, that's old school right there.
It is, and it's really cool. So I was talking to them, and I had another idea for a podcast of going around and just interviewing local people about how they're doing right now and what their outlook is for the future and how people can support them, just to get that out, because it's like I don't even know how my local people are doing. And there's actually a guy that runs the art fest that has one where he's been interviewing the local artists. So I was like, well, I could just throw audio files at him and say, hey, put this on your feed,
collab.
Do a collab like that. And Megan was like, and what time are you going to be spending, when are you going to be doing this? I was like, that's fair. It's just an idea right
fair.
But yeah, we went to the dance, and it was so hot. And the skipping didn't help. And they were doing limo rides, and I got in the limo with Lillian, and I was like, this may be it. I may pass out from heat stroke inside the limo, because it's like they're blowing air, but it was like tepid
just air.
It was just air. Like I don't know where the coolant went or what, but it was just air. And so she was all super excited because it had like the mirrored ceiling and all these shiny things and lights or whatever. And said, I was like trying to stay aware of what was going on in the back of this limo. But it was we finished that, and then we went and she played on the playground in her dress and tiara and shiny shoes, and we came home. So
there we go.
It was good.
There we go.
Very good.
Nice.
Yeah, that's probably one of our big events that we've been doing.
Very good. We had graduation on Saturday, so we were also dealing with warmness. They did it in the gym. They gave tickets to everybody, right? I think I mentioned before on here that there was going to be graduation. So final count, they just gave everybody tickets, right? So all the seniors got X number of tickets. It was like 20 or something like that. And they had cordoned off areas in the gym. So like ticket number 1, like person number 1, all of your people sit in this area, right? Sure. Person number 2, your people sit in this area. So they had all their names on there and stuff. And I got to sit in the very extra special staff area. It's very lovely.
Ooh, schmancy.
Boom. So it was nice and short because there wasn't very many of them graduating because they have a small class. So did that, and then we went to the pavilion in downtown that I was only vaguely aware existed. Apparently, there's a pavilion in downtown here, and it's pretty new. And they have like this big, huge pavilion with all these nice picnic tables, and there's like a little park thing next to it with some like. And there's also like a water spray things and stuff. So some of the kids that played over there. So we just went over there and had some food afterwards. Little graduation party thing downtown. It was kind of cool. A lot of people. Some people came by. Quite a few people there. In and out. How those things go, but it was pretty good. So it was also very hot out there too. Tried to hide in the shade. They didn't turn the lights on or the big fans that are on the ceiling that look very enticing. You're like, oh man, that fan probably moves a lot. Nope, off. Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Nice.
Thanks, Chamber of Commerce. That was helpful. What the heck? So, yeah. Did that. And then Sunday, I basically just laid at home going, I'm alive still. It's so hot outside. Because also, I guess I mentioned that, I don't remember if I mentioned this last time or not. I was a moron and volunteered for summer school
yes, you did
3 days before it started.
So I have so many questions. So last we checked, you had said yes, and that's basically all we knew. So did you gain access to your room beforehand?
No. Well, no, not really. So I probably could have gone up there. I just didn't have time to go do that. So I got, and the big problem with summer school is I'm not in my room.
Yeah.
Right. I'm in right now I'm in the second grade classroom. So all of the things that I need and want to have are nowhere to be found. Just gone. And I lose access to my room probably tomorrow because they're going to clean and wax the hallways upstairs. It's like my room is done. I've been in there a bunch, but like they're doing the hallway now. So I can't get in unless I like Tom Cruise up the outside of the building and through the window, not getting into my classroom. Wow. So I had like weird varying numbers of students a week. Like I didn't really know. I told them I would teach 6th grade. For a little while, they didn't have. There was like they're doing like the numbers are all weird, right? Because summer school, it's like okay, this many people signed up. Within the first couple days, more people sign up, right? And then like after a while, some people just stop showing up. So the numbers go crazy, right? So for a couple days, they're like, well, we might split up the 3rd grade and make you do one of the 3rd grades. And I was like, what? No, I'll do 3rd grade. Sorry. It's like, I don't know why they did. No.
Wait a minute. I take it all back.
No. 3rd grade is that's too young. I'm out. And I'm like, that. It's not my style. Not my speed down there. So I have some more, but I've had about 8 every day pretty consistently. So that's not too bad because they're trying to keep everybody apart. That we have distanced summer school, right? So we got to make sure people are in the hallways, not all at the same time, and we're using different playgrounds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So not having like a million kids is pretty good because they want us, sitting around and we eat lunch in the room and all that stuff. So not a lot. Normally there's a lot more, right? Some of the kindergarten group, there's still like a million of them, right? But that's always the one that has the most kids at summer school anyway. So there's lots down there where they have aides and stuff. So that's really helpful for them. But yeah, 6th grade summer school. Surprise, 6th grade summer school.
Nice.
1 week down.
And
3 more to go. Really just 2.5 because we're almost halfway through this one. So like, man, yeah, there we go.
Nice.
So I had to I didn't even really bother planning the first couple days because it was like, well, they might move me. So I don't want to start anything like really big and just be like, just kidding, we're not doing that anymore. Like,
JK.
No. So we've got some stuff going now. We're doing some things. So kind of pulling some stuff together from all the resources I have and just making things up as I go along. Pretty good. Doing lots of like engineering stuff, right? Because we get to build things, and we're trying to add a bunch of that in so that we can be doing stuff and have projects to do and that kind of stuff. So the first one that we did, we were tackling some physics concepts, right? Like gravity. So we talked about our first one we talked about gravity and like air resistance and friction, right? Yeah. We talked about all those things together. So naturally, we built race cars out of cardboard, duh, and then raced them down the ramp in the hallway. So we did. That was our first week project. That we just because we have the outside the cafeteria. There's just this huge dumpster that they put all the cardboard in that goes to be recycled. So, I mean,
we call that upcycling.
Yeah, it's just sitting there. No, I mean, it actually goes to the recycling center normally. That's where it's supposed to go.
I'm saying, like, upcycling means like keeping it out of that. Like, you're doing something with it. Yeah.
So, I mean, there's just a big, giant dumpster full of building material out there that we just, go out and stole. So, yeah, we used duct tape and cardboard and made some sweet cars. It was really good. They did really good. I didn't know how well they were going to do it because, like, they don't have opportunities to do too much of that in 5th grade. And I don't know about younger than that. So it was kind of a bold undertaking to be like, yo, you're going to make a car now. And they're like, what?
Right. Yeah.
Because the whole design process and the engineering process of that doesn't work. How do I make it work now? Is kind of, if you're not, you don't have a lot of practice in that can be very daunting, right? And I had to talk to a couple of them like, yo, no, it's fine. The whole point is to figure out how to fix what's wrong. That's the whole point of this whole thing. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Like, you have a problem. How do we fix your problem? Yeah. So watching them go through that pretty successfully, I think, it was really good. It was really fun, and I think they liked it. It's hard to know. There is a very large difference between like end of 6th grade students and like end of 5th grade students, just kind of like where they're at, and so it's kind of weird to be like, what? And these are kind of like not even end of 6th grade because they didn't get all the way there, or end of 5th grade, So they're kind of like, there's not many of them, so they're just kind of quiet and sitting there. And I'm not really used to that because my kids last year were just like the loudest people in the world. So like, I got very accustomed to that level of just noise in my life. And so like, when they're just sort of sitting there, like, what are you doing?
Are you okay?
Yeah. Are you okay? Are you like, yeah. Because so it's interesting. And the fact that there's only a few of them, right? We kind of get through stuff kind of fast because we just have a lot of time to do it, and then it's done. So keeping busy is a little difficult. But this week we have moved on to buoyancy. Ta-da! So we are building rafts. So we designed them yesterday, and today we went outside and looked for sticks because they're only getting sticks and yarn to make rafts.
Very nice.
Oh, and I told them it has to have a sail, so they're getting pieces of a plastic bag so they can attach that. But that was interesting today because a lot of them were just like, okay, I have these sticks. They like laid them out and then just wrap string around it, the whole bundle. They're like, I'm done. I'm like, are you? Okay. Is that going to hold these bean bags that we're going to test it with? And they're like, yeah, it's fine. And so we put it in the water, and I like barely pressed on it, and it just goes, blah, and all the sticks like flew everywhere. I was like, we might need to think about this a little more because I don't think that's really going to work out.
Oh,
I had
Yeah.
a group of girls, though. They figured it out. They're like, oh, wait. Because I was like, they put one cross beam across it, right? So they had a bunch of sticks laying one way. And then they put one stick perpendicular, kind of in the middle, to try to attach a mast. And they had tied the bottom sticks, only the two outside ones, to the perpendicular stick. You know? So the rest of them were just like in there dangling. And so when they put it in the water, it just disintegrated. But those two stayed on there. And I was like, why did only those two stay on there? And she looked at it for a second. She goes, well, those are tied directly to that. I was like, so that means, and she's like, I have to tie them all to that.
All
Boom.
together.
Get it. And so it's like this crazy, like, it's all, you looked at it this afternoon after they had some time, and it's like all like woven through there and all this crazy. It's like, oh man, that's going to be so awesome. It's all like lashed on there like crazily. I'm like, oh man, this is going to be fantastic.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Wow.
Yeah, it's neat to see. You mentioned as far as like as level of problem solving skills mixed with a little bit of engineering and just throwing them at the problem and going, you know what, like let's go and see.
I like to do that. I don't like, they get mad at me a lot because I'm like, we're gonna try this, and they're like, well, how do you do it? I'm like, I don't know. You got it. Like, can you show me? Like, no, because that's just doing it for you. That's not helpful.
Yeah.
So I want to see what your plan is. Like, I have a plan for myself, but we're not asking for my plan, right?
Well, and yeah, the whole point of this is not for you to have them regurgitate or repeat a design that you give to them. The whole point is for everybody to solve it differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the interesting thing that happened with the cars, right? There was this interesting, like, where they all sort of independently realized the wheels are the most important part of this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because they would try to roll it, and they all started out with like these little tiny wheels because they didn't want to cut a whole bunch of the cardboard because it's, a pain in the butt to cut with scissors. And they all had these like really tiny wheels. And they would try to roll it, and they weren't cut evenly because they're small, and they would be real bumpy, and they wouldn't roll very well. And so, like, sort of, they were working in partners, but like all at different stages, they realized I need bigger wheels. Right, it just rolls better. I don't know why. It just does roll better when they're bigger. So they just kind of eventually upsized until they found a wheel size they liked, and we're like, that we're just going with this one. Boom. And some of them like doubled them up to make them a little thicker because it stopped them from wobbling on the axle. Because they were like, well, one piece of cardboard wobbles too much and my car goes in really random directions. So they would like sandwich a couple together because it just made it wobble less. And they're like, oh, okay, let's do that. Done. So it was very interesting. Next week, spoilers for next week, we're going to build gliders and throw them off of the jungle gym.
Don't spoil it for anybody.
Yeah, I won't tell them because they're like, what are we building next week? And I don't know. I forgot. I'm not telling. So I think we're going to do some cardboard gliders and talk about lift and stuff, and then take them out to the jungle gym and fling them off there to see how far they go. Mm-hmm. I think that'll be real fun.
Neat. Yeah, they should really like that. And what's, like with each successive project like that, they catch on a little faster. They start being able to think a little bit different ways and problem solving with them, even though they're totally new problems, right? Like it's building that skill set as far as
and like, it's nice because they'll have a bit of a jump and on some stuff because that next year in 6th grade we do some of that stuff, right? We're just like, hey, how do you do this? Show me. Like we did an air pressure thing, and it was all I did was say, okay, you have to make a thing that demonstrates air pressure to the class.
Right.
Go. Yeah. And I gave them a list of possible choices, right? I pointed them at a website. and stuff. And I didn't just say make it up, right? But they were in charge of it. I was like, you got to bring the stuff. You have to demonstrate it in front of the class. You have to tell them why it works. You have to make a presentation to go with it. And I had some amazing ones. Like, they were so good. Like, so it was really fun to do that. So maybe they'll get a jump on it and it'll work well. We'll see. But right now we just need a lot of time to kill, because I forgot also in summer school there's no break time ever. Right? There's no like plan period. It's just like, nope, all day long, go. You're like, oh no, so tired.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the pacing does change the feeling of it too, as far as like go every single day, because each day is so much material where it's like, like this is a whole week of material today or whatever.
Yeah. And I've only taught 6th grade for 1 year, and I forgot how weird it is to have. I already got used to not having the same kids all day, right? Because in 6th grade it's like every hour you're like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like sitting in a room with them for like 7 hours. I'm like, what do we do now?
You're still here.
You're still here. No. So it's very tricky.
Can you guys leave for just 10 minutes?
Yeah. Can you go away? Why are you still here? Just kidding. But like, that dynamic is way different. And I already forgot what that was like. So I was like, oh no.
That's great. I love it.
So, I got to come up with something to build for the last week too. Because that means I have 1 more week of nothing to build. So I got to think of something else we can occupy our time.
I'm envisioning the last week is just a Junkyard Wars remake in the for the school. They rummage any door that's open. They can rummage freely in the room and get what they need to build. I don't know, a trebuchet or something.
Build something cool. I don't know what we're gonna build yet. I'm gonna think about. I don't know. We'll have to see. So I gotta find something else for the last week, and then other than that, we're good to go. Doing opinion writing, math. There we go. That's it. Got it.
Oh. Yeah. Airman, what about you?
I'm trying to remember what all I did last week. Work kind of got me. Friday, spent a lot of time with Shelby's family. It was her dad's 50th birthday party, and it was this really cool log cabin.
You partied so hard your voice left. Confirmed. Got it.
But okay. It was this really cool log cabin that one of his family members had built by some little lake out in the middle of Osage County. And unfortunately I had to work an investigation over the phone while I was at this party, so I kind of had to go stand in a pasture where cows were just kind of walking around me. So I was out there, did that, didn't leave till about 1:00 in the morning. So it was really kind of fun just being out there and hanging out with them. Saturday, we went to Ulagot Lake, one lake that's over there. Yep. They had an open swim thing, so we went to the lake and swum for a little bit. Did swimming for a while, and I did not get toasted. I did not get burnt. I did not get crispy, which is a rarity for me, as I am neon pale. So spent a lot of time out there. And then Sunday was an interesting twist. We got invited to go play with airsoft rifles, and we just ended up shooting each other. So I have some pretty gnarly whelps on my back.
Oh, geez.
From that. And that's kind of where we're at this point. We're going to try to go to the zoo, the Tulsa Zoo, Saturday. for a wee bit. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it's just been, enjoying the weekend and then just right back to work. Um, they're starting to close, like what I talked about last time. They closed a lot of our offices,
Yeah.
so I'll be working out of Washington, sort of office, and then they're going to stop doing the teleworking stuff, and so I might have to go back out to the field, um, for the next few investigations. But we had a hour-long meeting this morning where nothing was really accomplished. It was just a lot of people saying like, "Well, I'm confused. What does this mean? I don't know what this means." And I was just like, "I'm just here. I can't say anything because I can't talk." Um, so I'm just kind of enjoying it to hear coworkers' voices. That's kind of nice. Um, but I mean,
People.
other than that, like that's really about as far as I've gotten or if we've gotten this week. Mostly just trying to finish up the week with cases and uh, trying to heal some of my pellet wounds that a certain Shelby blasted me with the
A certain Shelby.
highest the highest powered pellet rifle there is. And because I was being all tactical and I was being all like, nice to people and having it on, semi-automatic and trying to be accurate with my shots. No, these people are relentless and they're vicious
No
and
fully auto
they're
inside you, bro.
mean. And no, like I was like, oh well, I'm gonna, about 20 feet away. Like you don't have to, you can just shoot me once. No, it's like 50 pellets at one time in the back. I'm like, oh, I didn't know if I can get you or not. It's like, oh yeah, you got me. You did. Good job. Um, but yeah, I got a nice few marks on me. I mean, other than that, that's been kind of my week in a nutshell, basically.
How are your baby birds doing?
They're actually fully grown. They're flying now.
Oh, they grow up so
Does
fast.
not mean they're pooping any less.
Probably more, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're or does not mean that they're not, because there's a nice little pile of bird poop on the bottom of my door. I feel that the birds are targeting me, however, because my car is the only car out of the front cars that has any bird poop on it.
They love
Because
you.
they see me parked there, and then they say, "Oh, that's the person that makes us have to fly away." Poop.
They love you. It's our friend.
But there was 1, 2, 4 or 5 babies that are now out flying and being adventurous, and so I mean they grew, you know, rather quickly, a lot quicker than I expected them to. But yeah, they're grown, they're flying now, they're pooping a lot. Um, but no, it's nice to see, wake up in the morning and they're out there. I always kind of forget, because I'm used to like a bird flying away or two birds. There's like six that fly out, and they're just so loud, and it's terrifying. And I forget them every single time I walk out the door, because it's just like the movie Birds. Like can't, that's the best way I can describe it.
It's not good.
No,
You don't really want your life to be an Alfred Hitchcock movie. That's definitely
a horde of birds. Is that the right word?
I guess it depends on the type of birds.
Unless
it's crows.
It's a
Right?
murder. A murder of crows.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, that's nice. Keep us updated. I don't want to lose track of our bird friends.
I mean, they'll leave eventually, right? They'll fly off to other people's doors.
A cage.
I mean, yeah, they'll fly off to other people's doors and grace them with their presence and excrement. So it'll be fine.
Have you named them? Do they have names?
The real question is he still there?
Nope. He just left.
Oh no!
Oh, well, Let's see if he gets back in here. This will be fun.
Yes.
Don't know how that. I don't know what happens to that recording. Well, this will be fun. Okay, cool.
Well, my thing says you're still recording.
Yes, but I don't know because usually when we jump on and record, I get 3 tracks that I edit.
Oh.
I don't know what happens when somebody leaves and then comes back in. Does it record back on their same track, or do I get 4 tracks because of this?
Oh. Well.
And then
That's a
how do
good
I line
question.
these up? And then how do I line these up? This will be fun. Cool.
That is a
I guess we may need to text him, see if he's going to be able to get back on.
Yeah, good point.
Yes, just a minute. He should be joining in.
Oh, there. 3.
Aaron!
Yay!
Hello.
Hello.
I returned.
Welcome.
Ah,
Ow.
sweet victory. He's back.
Sorry about that.
All right.
What a mess.
Just glad you made it back. This is good news. This is the first time I think we've made it back on successfully after being dumped off. So you have set a milestone, Aaron. Congratulations.
I know.
Huzzah.
Well done. Well done. I don't know what's going to do to the audio, but we shall
be
find.
fine.
I'll let you know.
It'll be fine.
I think we left off with the burning question in our bosoms is
Yes.
who have you named the birds?
No, because I can't keep track of how many there are. And so it's I think it usually goes back to the classic dad method of naming animals. Because I'm like, oh look, the birds, and I step in bird poop. I'm like, oh this blah, blah, blah. But so I have not named. We have not named any of the birdies.
Might I suggest banding them? You could band them, or maybe you could catch them and paint their beaks with nail polish.
Or, hear me out. You could just come up with names, and then it doesn't actually matter if you talk to the right one or not, because they're birds.
You could make
and
them.
so you could just pretend, because they're birds.
Or
and it doesn't matter.
Out, create jaunty hats, which you could put upon their heads.
Well, like they never let me get close enough anyway.
No hats, no bird hats. Not
hats for birds.
No.
I think.
Oh dear.
Okay, fine. Goodness.
I think if a bird wore a straw hat, would that just confuse it? Would it not know if it was nest or hat?
Or hat. It would a bird. Well, I don't know. I guess
like a bird boater. Would it be like, oh no,
what am I?
And you wearing this fashionable hat, or make a nest and impress the ladies and or gentlemen, whichever type of hat, whichever bird's wearing what hat, doesn't matter.
Their persuasion.
Yes.
They could nest upon their head.
Yes. That'd be weird. I don't know.
Well, it is summertime, and I don't know where this would go, but I wanted to throw this out to you guys.
I don't know. Scared.
Reflections on our summer vacations that we used to take growing up.
Okay.
And I don't know the angle quite on this, but the way I thought of it was just like our individual takeaways from them, or how we, looking back now, what we think about them versus maybe what we thought of at the time.
Well, I definitely can appreciate the fact that we never went anywhere hot. Really, that was good. Because I don't like the heat, except for that one time we went to Arizona for some reason. I mean, that was fine, but oh boy, I thought that. So this is a good. That's a good example. Because we did go to Arizona and the Grand Canyon when we were younger, right? And as a kid, I seem to have a vague memory of like it was kind of neat, and I kind of liked it, right?
Yeah.
And so, after Susan and I got married, we went to Arizona for our honeymoon. We went to the Grand Canyon, and it was awful, and I hated every minute of it. Right? Like, Arizona is officially my least favorite state of all time.
Arizona, you've been marked. Okay.
It's number one. It's number one. I don't like it.
Next week, ranking states from best to worst.
There you go. I can't rate all of them. I haven't been to all of them.
Okay.
Out of the ones I've been to currently, sorry, anyone living in Arizona. No, I can't. I can't deal with it. It's too much. It was awful, right?
Yeah.
And we can talk about that later. We'll come back to that at some other point. Why Arizona was miserable for me personally, but the rest of them I seem to have relatively positive memories of as well. They was just like random mountain things. It was kind of, I don't know. I appreciate it. I like the mountains. I thought it was good.
Mm-hmm.
I liked some of those. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to sort the problem with always going to the mountains is that in my brain now, many years later, I have trouble remembering which things go with which place.
100%.
Right?
Yeah, no, there's even times where I'm like, oh, we did this. I'm like, no, wait, that was in Canada. I'm like, no, wait, no, was that Idaho? Oh, no, this is not good.
Yeah, was that Montana? I can't remember exactly.
To paint a picture for our listeners, our dad loves the Rocky Mountains, and so all vacations were in the Rocky Mountains, or whatever they're called in Canada.
The Rocky Mountains. They're called the Canadian Rockies. There we go.
Canadian
Surprise.
Rocky Mountains. And that's what we did time and time again.
Yes. Now this is not an every year phenomenon, by the way. This was like every couple of years. Okay, we're gonna go this year, and then a couple of years later we go again. Right? It was that type of situation. We definitely did not go on vacation like every summer. Right? No. So just throw that out there. That sounds weird, right? It's like what is this like? But yeah, I have these bit like I do that. Like, oh yeah, was that Wyoming, Montana, Colorado? I don't know exactly, right? Like I don't
yeah.
Like I have these very like these memories of things that happened to me. Like I remember we were hiking somewhere and my boot like exploded, right? And I was trying to hike this like this weird trail, really long trail. It felt like 1,000,000 miles long, and my boot had like collapsed, and so that was very uncomfortable. But I don't remember where that was.
Where?
I don't know.
Like, yeah, I have
because we hiked all these trails, right? We just hike. That's what we did really mostly on these. Most of these vacations were very hiking centered.
We drive until you
drive there,
and then
walk.
And you'd hike, and then you'd come back and you'd drive, and then you'd find a trailhead, and you'd get out, and you'd hike. Yeah.
Yes, that was basically it. Sometimes there was cycling
or museums,
but mostly hiking.
Yes.
And then of course eating, like literally everything. But yeah, I can't remember which ones were where now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I know. That's and I'm
pretty sure I've met the bear in Montana. Fairly certain that was Montana.
Yeah, because we shipped the bear spray back home.
Yeah.
Because Dad was like, I paid so much for this. I'm not just leaving it here. And
I do remember that.
It was like twice as much as actually buying it. But he was like, I don't care.
So, listeners, the first time I saw a bear entirely too close, I was walking down this trail, right? And I was ahead of everybody for some reason. I don't know why this happened. That's not usually the way this goes, but I was in front. I was walking, And all of a sudden, I hear this noise, and I look to my left, and this grizzly bear walks out of the thing. So it was like an embankment down to the left, full of these bushes, and then it was a light embankment up to the trail, which was just more like open forest, kind of like pine forest kind of thing. And then ahead of me was all that. So this grizzly bear just comes out of this bush, and it's kind of walking diagonally away from me. Comes out of the bush, walks up onto the trail, turns around, stares at me, and then turns around and walks off, kind of diagonally off to my right, away from me, right? And so I'm just standing there, like terrified. Okay, terrified because naturally, Collin had the bear spray like 30 yards behind me.
The back.
Back. Okay, but 30 yards might be a bit of exaggeration, but he was behind me nonetheless.
It's 100. You played
by a
football,
considerable amount. And so I just remember standing there going, "Oh my god, this bear 20 feet away. Okay, not more than 25. It was very close. It was enormous. All right, and then the worst part of this whole thing is the group that came up behind me. This man has the gall to be like, "Yo, did you see that black bear?" Like, first of all, it's brown. Second of all, it's huge and staring at me in the head on this thing was like the size of my body. All right, it was enormous. And all I remember was there was this guy. He was like, "Yo, dude, it was like 40 yards. I play football. I know how far away things are." I was like, "What? What are you talking? What? What?" That's the only other thing I remember. Some guy misidentifying this gigantic bear as a black bear. A bear that, once again, clearly brown and massive. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's a little black bear." Like, get out. Maybe from 200 yards away where you were, it looked small. No. And then the other guy was like, "Yeah, dude, it's like, I play football. I know how far away stuff is."
Play football.
What? Talking about?
That doesn't even make sense. Yeah, no, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
I would like to know, another very specific memory I have involves Yellowstone National Park because, well, it's a distinctive place. I would like to know Aaron's opinion on if his memories of Yellowstone National Park match or are different to his face in that picture that we took by the sign. We pulled over at the side of the road. And Dad made us take the picture by the side.
I'm trying
Brandon,
to recollect.
describe the face.
Aaron, you were very cross. You did not want... It might not have helped that I might have been poking you in the back the entire time we were taking the picture.
You were not helping.
That might have happened.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That part remembers. I'm trying to remember where. Like I remember taking a picture. I don't remember where.
It was in front of like one of those signs, like outside. It's like the big Yellowstone National Park sign. We just like pulled over on the side of the road and took it because Dad's like, "Oh, I had to do this when I was a kid. You're gonna do this now." And we were all kind of like, "Okay, whatever."
I mean, like, I was trying to remember. Like, I remember liking the trip. Like, it was fun, but that's honestly all I remember. Like, I remember going to Cody. Like, that was fun. And
yeah, because we went to the museum there, right?
The gun museum.
Yeah.
That was the Buffalo Bill Cody Museum. There's many
Yeah.
things in there.
Remember that.
Yes.
And then that's like, I remember the cool hotel we stayed at, the Yellowstone or the Old Faithful Hotel or something.
Oh yeah.
Remember that. remember being out in the lobby until like super early, and that drunk couple coming to talk to us.
That was
Okay, so
that was different.
well,
Was
that
that a
was
different time, or is that
no.
No,
That was
my
the same
brain's,
trip,
like,
but
running
that was
together?
not the Old Faithful Inn. It was a different thing. It was a different hotel, but in the park though. So
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It was like yellow. I remember the building
Yes,
was yellow.
it
That's all I
was.
remember.
I mean,
But yes, I
all
do
of
remember
them-
that we were in there was that guy playing the piano.
Yep.
And then there was a kid and his dad, and the mom was like wasted.
Really wasted. And the kid and dad were playing chess, and this lady was talking to us about
I don't know about what.
Nope.
But she was hammered.
Who's the band that plays
I don't know.
Short Skirt Long Jacket?
Cake.
She was talking to us about going to Cake
She
concerts. Yes. I remember this.
I do remember
because
the kid was playing chess now. Yes.
Yeah,
right.
the kid and I were playing chess, and she was talking to us very drunk over a glass of wine. About how she liked to go to Cake concerts.
There we go.
Ah.
I just remember she was hammered.
Yes.
Okay.
And we were singing along to the piano songs. That's why I think she came over there.
And to put this into context, how old were we? Like, this was.
I would have been like, let's see. I'm pretty sure I was like 17 or 18.
Yeah.
I was probably, maybe 18 or 19. Because I think that was the last big vacation that we went on, really, right?
Possibly.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I was either 18 or 19 years old.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I remember being in that situation. That was really.
It's very weird.
I remember some lady mistaking us for like international soccer players.
Well, yeah, that was in the.
Oh yeah.
In the
people are weird, man.
Elevator.
Like,
well, yeah. Well, because you and Dad had bought us all like rugby shirts or something, and
it was memes that bought that. Yeah. Aaron was wearing that. Aaron was wearing that like Italian soccer shirt, and the lady was like, "Are you an Italian soccer player?" And he's like, "What?"
Well, because we had duffel bags.
Because that's how shirts work, right? That's how shirts work.
If you wear it, Aaron, the redheaded Italian, right? It's like
because I think they were those shirts because we also had because Brandon had like a green Mexico shirt. I had a bright yellow Brazil shirt, and I think Collin had like a European shirt. But like we were all three wearing them, and this lady's like, "Oh, do you guys play international soccer?" And I was like, "Ma'am, I'm 12. Like,
start them early over there."
Do you know what a soccer player looks like? Because I don't think you know what a soccer player looks like.
It's fine. I do vaguely remember that.
Yeah, but I remember the trip being like, but see that also goes back to like, did we take the helicopter trip there, or was that some other mountainy place? Or
no, that was Montana.
Yeah,
because that was over the Continental Divide. So that would have had
with the biker dude.
Yes,
it was us and random biker man.
Right. One of the more awkward situations exposed me early in life, where it was Dad, and Dad sat up front.
I don't remember.
No, Dad's in the back because I wanted to sit in the front, but Dad's like, "No, you'll better let him sit in the front." And I was like,
"That's right." Yeah, So because it's been awkward to have biker dude in the back with us. So that's right.
It's fine. Right. I mean, it turns out it was fine, but like
it was,
yeah. That was also. Yeah. Okay. That's where Collin and I came face to face with the mountain goat. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Collin?
Yes, on that ledge.
Yes.
Where it was like, go along this precarious ledge thing. And with it, like, so I'm terrified of heights. It's like this weird, like.
Oh, yeah. That's very important to the story. Collin does not do heights.
I don't do heights. Like.
And
really,
this was on the side of a mountain. It was like scree slope on the right, narrow 1.5 foot wide path, and then scree slope down to the left.
Brandon, we're up on this big mountain pass. That's right, where we pulled over to walk around. And Brandon like out to walk around, and we're in front, and all of a sudden, Ann Goat starts walking towards
double
us.
Goats. It was giant mountain goat and baby. Like, hello, Mama Goat.
And it's just like, I guess we go backwards now. Like,
Well, we hopped up on that rock. There was like a big outcrop rock, and we just hopped up on top of it. And the baby goat went by, and mama goat went by, and she kind of eyed us, and she just kept going. It was like a foot and a half away from us. She was like, "Grr," and then like kept going, like, oh god, gonna get headbutted off the
cliff. Yep. This is
because that was also there's two parts of that trip that I distinctly remember. I remember coming back from Cody. There was that one road, and it was shut down going one way. So we just like got out and like started talking to our car neighbors.
Yes.
And then someone's like, "Oh, there's a bear eating a moose," and I was so heartbroken because I didn't get to see the bear eating the moose.
Yeah. Also, that guy was like going to his first bluegrass festival, and he was all excited, and we were like, he was like, "Do you guys know about bluegrass?" We're like, "Yeah, we're from Missouri. We can't. I mean,
kind of what we do,
man. Like, we can." But like, he was like all excited. You're right. I forgot about that. We were sat on the mountain pass for forever, and there was some dude behind us in the RV. That was in that was in Wyoming. Yeah, in Yellowstone. Yeah. Oh man, I forgot all about that. That was hilarious.
Because like I remember bits and pieces of like that trip, and then I distinctly remember going to like some weird twin sisters restaurant out in the middle of nowhere. But then like my mind jumps to like when we were up in Canada, like we took a cab somewhere, and we were just in the city, and there's all these like elk and caribou walking around. I was like, oh, this is normal, right?
Yes. I do remember that, walking down the street and you're like, that's an elk. Okay. What's up?
Yeah, because that's the same when we were in
How's it
Canada.
going, elk?
That's when we went to that restaurant, and that was the first time I was exposed to where you could tell it was touristy because you could buy the menus from the restaurant, and we bought one. I don't know where that thing is.
Isn't that where? Is that where we ate those pierogies? And it was like literally the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, the Polish restaurant.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, the other thing I remember about Montana is that's where we just kept going to that same restaurant over and over again in the park and eating pie. I don't remember what it was. It was just like pie for days. Like, and that dumb Huckleberry jam stuff. And Dad was like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta get some more of that Huckleberry syrup." We're like,
forgot about the Huckleberry
"Oh man, no, Huckleberry pie for days." Dad was like, "No, I'm eating literally all the Huckleberry pie you could get."
I forgot about that. Oh my god!
Just went there every single day, and the lady was like, "You're back." Heck yeah, what's some of that pie?
Yeah.
What in the world? What the what? Get out. That's okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I also remember that two sisters, right? We had to drive. We drove forever to get there because Dad was like, "Where's a place we can eat?" And the guy's like, "Hey, there's a cool place over here," and we drove like a million miles away.
Yeah,
I don't remember what state that was. Was that also Wyoming?
There was mountains, and like we went through like this big opening, and it was like pretty much like a valley, and then there was like boom restaurant.
It was in Montana. It was in Babb, Montana is where that was. I did have to Google, but I remember Babb. It was in the Two Sisters Cafe. And we were in our Chrysler. What was that? What was that car?
I don't know.
Not the Pacific. It was the Pacifica.
Oh, okay.
Chrysler Pacifica. Driving out there, and yes, it was just a one place in the middle of nowhere. But
see, I can't remember that. I didn't remember where that was. I remember what it kind of looked like in there, but I didn't remember where that location might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember. I think one of the things I took away from I have a lot of memories of. So like the Yellowstone. One of my favorite memories from that
is the smell, obviously.
No,
oh wait, no, that's no one's favorite memory of the smell.
is leaving. I don't know if you guys remember, but when we were leaving Yellowstone, we had to leave at like 4 a.m.
Oh yes, because dad flights, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
flights.
Guys, we gotta get this plane at 6 o'clock in the morning.
6 o'clock.
What?
And it's 3 hours away. So
Yeah.
but we left and we pulled off to the side of the road, shut off the engine, and rolled down all the windows and looked at the sky.
Oh
And that was
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I just have that sense, and then I had that dread of like, oh God, like there are also bears out here, and we're sitting down here down. So I started to get a little bit panicked about that. But then
my biggest memory of that hotel though was that because I can't sleep ever, still an ongoing problem. Hooray! Like Collin and I sat on the porch on like just outside forever. Yeah. It was like so dark out there because there's no lights in that park anywhere.
Right. Well, and they also had like a walkway or a breezeway.
Yeah, it was like
the buildings too.
Yeah, it was something like that, like outside the rooms because like the hallways were open or whatever, and so we just sat out there, and you could like hear the geyser like going off every few minutes or whatever. But we were just sitting on the porch thing, breezeway bench for it felt like ever because like I can't sleep, especially like with no stimulus at all because I don't know, a child of my time, I suppose. Like a cabin in the woods with like barely any electricity. It's like my worst nightmare. It's like dead quiet everywhere. I can't sleep in that. I can't deal with that. So I just sat outside on this balcony thing forever.
I also remember all of the Native American monuments and stuff that we would go to, or cities that like where's that one?
I do remember one in.
I remember going to the Pueblo places in Arizona.
Yeah,
I didn't go there. I don't think I was there for that.
No, that was.
I seem to recall. We went. I don't know if you guys were there for this one. We went to some sort of Sioux thing in South Dakota? Question mark. There was a big thing out there that I seem to remember going to. I don't know if that was when we went pheasant hunting one time. That might have been when that was.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, we also must conflate this with all of the numerous like Boy Scout trips we took to this exact same area of the.
Yeah, that's the other problem too, is because I definitely went to summer camp and Boy Scouts to the Rocky Mountains at least 3 times. So this is twice, and then the Badlands of South Dakota 1 year. So my brain, my South Dakota brain gets real messed up.
Oh,
because I went to those. I went to those Pueblo. I went to those Native American things in Arizona when Susan and I went. It was hot. Saw a lot of lizards. That was cool. But oh my gosh, it was so hot. I don't think I was there when you guys did that. I went to something in South Dakota somewhere. I don't remember where though. I have a postcard of it someplace at home at Dad's house. I'm pretty sure. Look for that.
Yeah.
Next time. I don't know where that was.
Yeah, might need to go through some of the photos that he took and maybe like get these memories a little bit more concrete in our brains.
Maybe. Might be useful.
Who knows? Who can tell?
Who knows? Who can tell, really?
Who can tell? Oh. Jeez. Yeah. No, those were. Yeah, and I definitely appreciate the immense effort and headache that Dad put up with us.
Because as you can tell, listeners, we've only gotten worse as we got older. So like you can only imagine our poor father dealing with this in a car for hours.
And the headache that and then the planning and the organizing to get all that stuff as far as like put in place. And it helped.
Yes.
It helped. I'm sure that all the activities that we did were stuff that
like hiking
he liked to do.
Yes. And it didn't really require too much planning because it was like drive here, walk, Like, not like
Yeah. Now that I'm realizing that these were forced marches through mountains,
Yes, yeah.
it was really his way of making sure we were tired at the end of the
There
day.
we go. True. I have another very distinct memory. I have absolutely no idea where this happened, but we were on one of those ski lift things in the summer,
Okay.
right? And I remember, Collin gets his "I don't do heights" thing from our dad, right? Dad does not do heights at all, which I found interesting. That when he was hanging wire for his radio, that he called Collin to come help him. The two people that are like terrified of heights together on top of a barn is just a great.
Well, I do have to note that the person who ended up climbing the ladder was Megan. So.
Was it really?
While Dad and I stood down there telling her how to tie the knot.
Poor Megan. Megan, when you listen to this, I'm sorry. I did not know that. But we were on this. It was one of those big, wide ski gondolas. So I think we were all on it at once, right? And I was sitting there, and I think Aaron and I were humming and like kicking our feet, and the thing was like swaying back and forth. And Dad all of a sudden like threw his hand out and just goes, "Stop kicking feet." Because we're like, 70 feet up in the air. This thing's just swinging all over the place. He did not enjoy that at all.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Was that where the restaurant was on top of this mountain?
I think that was a different one because that was in a cable car. I remember that one too. I don't know where that was, but I had fun at Collin's expense there because we were riding up in this cable car, and they have all those cables on the ground, what's like the power and phone cables that go up to that restaurant thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yo, Collin, that's what happened to the last cable car." And he did.
Yeah. No,
I didn't
help.
He didn't like that very much.
So much.
I got in trouble for that one.
I appreciate it.
I was like, "Oh man, I didn't clean it all up." And
yeah. I don't like heights.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a corner of our gutters on our house that I cannot climb up there on the ladder. It genuinely freaks me out. So I will put the corner, go basically on the opposite corner, and basically waste about 100 gallons of water to try and get the gutters clean before I will put the ladder on the other side. So anyway.
When I was in Australia, I rode one of those cable cars across a canyon to get to the other side of this thing to hike down this hill. And they definitely had the one that has the bottom that the glass starts at as opaque and then goes boom and it's clear glass while you're standing on it.
No, thank you.
It was awesome. And it's like hundreds of feet in the air. And then all of a sudden it's like boom, glass bottom. Like, yo. No. It's only in one part, so you can stand over on the other side if you want to, but like
sure.
It was just cool glass bottom thing. I got a picture somewhere, I'll send it to you maybe. If I can find it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I talked with Megan about like her vacations that she would take us growing up, and they were very opposite of ours of where can we go that is hot?
No shenanigans.
That we can sit and and go to lots of museums.
We don't like
and those kind of things. Go shopping.
I don't like hot. Museums are fine. I don't like.
Yeah, I know. I don't. Not good.
I've been hiding in the shade all week at recess. Right, every time I'm like, and there's a tree over there. Okay, kids. It does burn us. Oh my gosh. Very interesting. Yeah, Susan's vacations were way different. They were like these weird like treks to like destinations where they would stay at a place and like do everything in that one spot. You know what I mean? Like, whether it was Disney World or someplace in Tennessee or wherever they were going. That's kind of how theirs were too. Like, we're going to go here and it's a destination thing. They're going to shop. They're going to do the thing. They're going to do all that.
Yeah.
Where, yeah, Ours apparently were very odd. And then we're
yeah.
I mean, apparently not that odd. There were other people there, so apparently other people do it too. But like,
but yeah, no, like I get that. It's fine. I keep trying to convince Megan that one of these days we need to take, whenever things get less pandemic-y, go,
that would be nice. I would go for less pandemic-y.
Just in general, but
Yes.
take a sleeper car on a train to someplace, and instead of like driving or flying.
Okay,
we're gonna do this.
Okay,
this is gonna be a Funkhauser plus extended family vacation. So get ready.
Yeah. So remember when I was talking about how I can't sleep ever? I don't really think throwing sleeper car into the mix is gonna go well for me.
Lulled to sleep. You talking about not stimulus? Like it's constantly moving and going.
Constantly moving. I'll just be thinking about the murder on the Orient Express the whole time.
No. Well, lock your door.
Didn't help him, did it? Spoilers.
No. Either that or doing a large, like getting all of us together to go somewhere and do something. Like, I don't know. Like, I kind of want to do that moving forward. Spoiler alert for like next year.
There you go. Spoiler alert for your future, Aaron.
Get
You're
ready.
going to go somewhere and do a thing.
Wow.
I'm going to have fun.
Going to have fun.
It's going to be fun.
Yes. I don't know. We need to do that. It needs to be good. That's challenge.
Uh-oh.
Decide where we're going as an entire family vacation.
That sounds terrifying.
No, it doesn't. We'll rent a house. We'll be fine. That way we don't have to all pay for hotels, and it'll be really cheap.
I mean, that's true.
See?
You don't know.
Oh my.
Susan would be down for that. I don't know. Maybe I'll just forget to tell her about it.
For phone number 2.
Oh yeah, dang it.
See? We need to do this. I know. Take a week, go to some place. Megan will probably not agree to anything north of
here. Right.
Dallas, right? I mean,
north of where she is currently. Right?
Yeah.
Anywhere north of where she is currently, she's not going.
So
listen, we can just lie to her like everyone lied to me every time I went to a northern state or Canada. Oh no, in the summer it's fine. It gets warm in Canada. It's pretty warm in Montana. No, these are lies. Every time I went, lied to by everyone. Freezing. I once went to Canada. This was outside of a family thing. I went to Canada with my friends, one of the summers after we graduated. Me and my friends decided, hey, we're gonna drive to Canada.
This is a whole
that can't go
episode,
wrong.
Just FYI, this is a whole other episode.
Well, we get the point is, I need to tell this one part of the story because we were doing that because we went, hey, we'll drive to Canada because that's what smart, intelligent 18-year-olds do, right? Got up there, we looked at all the weather. Oh, it's gonna be great. It's warm, nice and warm. 70 degrees. No, 3 days. Rainy. This is July, by the way. Rainy. 45 degrees. In Winnipeg, Canada. Okay, not even the mountains. Winnipeg. Right? We're like, oh, we'll go to a campground. We'll save money. 45 degrees and rainy.
Rain.
Spent 3 days in a campground bathroom. Right? Like. Side note. Nicest campground bathroom ever. Okay. It was beautiful. Birds Hill National Park, Winnipeg, Canada. What's up?
Kind of hot takes on campground bathrooms.
That's the best campground bathroom I've ever been in. Partially because I spent a long time in there drying out parts of my sleeping bag on the hand dryer thing.
Gosh. Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Birds Hill Provincial Park.
Okay.
That's where it's at.
Duly noted. Let me write this down.
Nicest bathroom I've ever been to. In a campground, obviously. Yeah.
There's so many qualifiers for
So,
that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine. So you could just not tell Megan about the weather. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't. That's not
And then
good.
we get there and she kills you. That's what happened to Collin. He definitely didn't fall down this mountain. I don't know where.
Right. Pretty. Didn't you guys see all those bear tracks? Yeah. No, it would unfortunately probably have to be actually warm.
I'm not going back to Arizona. I'm not going.
Yeah. Thinking. Anyway, we'll put out the back call. We'll get people mobilized.
We'll do that story another episode. That'll
Yes.
we're going long, but like we'll give you the full story of Arizona later.
Yeah. No, that's on my note. That's on my list. So yeah. Well, guys, hang in there. Hopefully,
Giving it a shot.
Kept picking up.
Do what?
Hopefully, things start picking up.
I mean, yeah. I think we could put some things down, please.
Nope.
That'd be nice. Yes.
Aaron
I think
needs to pick up his voice.
I mean, well, that's fine. It's the Dust Bowl's fault, so it's it'll come back.
Sorry.
Vinegar and honey. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You put hot water in it too, not just vinegar. By the way.
I got some whiskey over there that might.
Oh dear.
Oh, Aaron's just going to treat his sore throat with hot totties. Okay, cool. This is fun.
That was my remedy when people would come into whenever I was bartending. They're like, "Oh man, I'm not feeling good." It's like, well, you can either have a screwdriver, which is vodka and orange juice, or I was like, or I got some whiskey over here. And they're like, "Oh, I mean like medicine." I was like, "Oh well,
whiskey. Is medicine."
Aaron just went. You just want the orange juice then, or like?
Have you not seen Back to the Future 3, where he gives
True some wake up juice?
Wake up juice. I watched that the other day. That made me so happy.
Oh, I love that movie so much.
It's a good one.
I'll get some wake up juice, and I should be good to go next time we podcast.
All right, there we go.
Okay. There we go. Well, you guys do well, and we'll get another one of these scheduled soon.
Alrighty.
Sounds good.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.